John! Come, John! John, come see my finest wares of solutions and goods for us to refill water today. So anyways, we're going to be talking about float valves. And why do we need them? Why do we need a float valve? What does it do? Let's go over the scenarios, okay? I gotta go on vacation. I gotta leave town for work. I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks. I can't trust my friends anymore. I don't have any friends anymore because I can't trust them. I'm tired of spilling water all the time doing daily refills. What if I can chop down a daily workload into a workload that's every week or 2 weeks or longer? Or better yet, what if I tie it right into my reverse osmosis system where I have essentially, in theory, an infinite water supply of perfect H2O?
It's clean. It's cold. And that's what I call high quality H2O.
Oh! Alright guys, so I know what you're thinking right now. You're probably looking at all of these expensive wares and you're saying, God, what is this? $500, $600, maybe $1,000 to get this kind of water refill solution? I mean, come on guys, I get it. But no, this is about 25 bucks in parts. I get home from work, I gotta get to my grow. The woman wants to go to the fancy dinner. Yeah, that's an hour and a half out of your day. Oh, but it's a Friday night, 45 minutes at least to wait to be seated. And before that, you gotta decide on a place. You pick a place, what happens? She don't wanna go there. So you're wasting more time. This is gonna save your relationships. Get yourself a float valve, 25 bucks. It's gonna save your life. So what I did is I went around this store just to help you all out, help save relationships. I made some real world examples just to go over with you piece by piece throughout this place. And yeah, I'm gonna say it in advance. You're welcome. I love you guys. So I'll be right back. Should I do it?
Lay down right here. Do it. Do it.
All right, guys, welcome back. Here we've got an AC Infinity T7 humidifier that we set up. And what you're looking at, guys, is we've got 15 liter capacity. This is a little over 4 gallons sitting in here. But what we've done is we've plumbed it into a float valve in here, running up a barbed 1/2-inch line with an open close valve, and then a bulkhead drilled out into a 27-gallon tote. So in that 27-gallon tote, you got to think about this. Now you have 5 times the refill capacity working its way, gravity fed, no motors, no pumps needed. This is just gravity, it never fails us. Rolling down here anytime the valve in here goes below the water level. So if water level raises, the valve stays closed. When water level goes down, the valve opens, allowing flow from high point to low point. Remember, liquid always finds the path of least resistance, so it will always go down as long as the storage is higher than the fill. And one other thing we're going to do is we're going to add this screen filter right here, just to make sure no large debris is going to make its way down into our humidifier, just in case a chunk of perlite or anything. Better safe than sorry. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to start the fill process of this because the humidifier is brand new out of the box. We're probably the first ones to tap into one, I don't know, but we're going to open up this valve and we're going to allow the fill to begin. Let's go. So I can already feel right when the valve opened, I can feel it's immediately flowing. John, come take a look in here. I'm going to take this cover off so you could show them how that's working in there. Now you see the valve's down, floats down. That little valve opens up, allowing water to nicely work its way and fill in. And once this tank goes full, Once the float goes up, water's going to force it upwards, valve closes. And what's cool about these float valves is they're adjustable. So if you're drilling in and you think you got the right spot, but once you get it installed, a lot of times the wing nut, just loosen it, set the float wherever you want it, and you're good to go. So we're going to make our way over to our next example, a reverse osmosis refill system. So let's get over there. Okay guys, here's our next display I set up. As you can see, this is kind of a put together hydroponic system that we had staged in our store. Think of this, guys, as the reservoir that would be feeding up to the rain ring containers you see above. What we did also to go above and beyond for your viewing pleasure is we took an Axion commercial 750 system, an RO system, right out of the box. We mounted it right to this hydroponic system so you guys can kind of see everything working. And long story short, what this is now is, let's think about this as a hydroponic reservoir or any type of freshwater basin you want to create, whether it's in a 55-gallon drum, a 100-gallon deep reservoir, doesn't matter. It could be a 275-gallon IBS. What this is set up to do now is we have our RO system either pulling like city water or whatever, a main water line in. And through the RO system, we're purifying the water, and on the fresh water outlet, purified water coming out of the RO system, that line is now plumbed directly into the float valve. And I'm holding the float valve up right now, which is basically turning the RO system off. It has now closed the path of fresh water out of the RO, and what I'm simulating basically is a full water tank, because this float raises up to the water level and closes the valve. And I know earlier when we showed you guys the humidifier was a little dark. I regret not putting a light down in there, so we moved this over so you can get a better visual. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to release my hand off this float valve so you guys can get a nice little view on how this thing fills. You're going to hear the RO system turn on. It's going to get a little noisier, but I'm just going to take a quick step back here so you guys can take in the magic. So float valve has dropped. RO system, I heard it turn on now. As you can see, the digital display over here is now showing that everything is operating. This is fresh H2O, purified, no parts per million coming out of this. So we've got a clean water source that's always going to be filled. Now think about this. When you're gone, and again, we talked about saving those relationships, saving time. Every day now, when you return to this setup, this whole bin, whatever you feed into, will always be full and ready and waiting for you to access it. I freaking love it. I love it. And off of that, what we're going to do is we're going to hit one more stop in the store. We're going to close this out, showing you one more little bit of a specialty float valve that you haven't seen yet, with kind of a cool, quick connect fitting. So let's head on over there next. I hope you like this. This is pretty damn cool. All right, John, come on in here. Come on in here. Let's take a little look at this specialty float valve that Hydro Unlimited makes. What it's doing right now is it's got a little set clip that'll go into any bucket around this size. You can always modify a specialty float valve like this. When you look at the design, it's kind of designed to just clip right in. So you can cut plastic if it doesn't clip exactly on. It's height adjustable, same rules apply, but what we really like about this one is the quick disconnect fitting that it comes with in this kit by Hydro Unlimited. Now earlier in the video, what you guys saw was, on the first example, we had a humidifier, a T7, and in between it had a 1/2-inch line barbed valve that you can open and close to stop flow. those are great. We love them in our industry, but there is one headache about them, that if you are doing a lot of disconnects for water refills, hydroponic reservoir cleanings, flushes, whatever it is, or you just have to move equipment, what makes a difference is the day-to-day separating a vinyl hosing on a barbed end becomes a real pain. This little fitting is something kind of new that we love to see in our industry, because it's a new solution that's showing up, and it's got the pop click watertight seal. So if you're on the go and you don't have a lot of time and you get a little frustrated like I do trying to twist off barbed ends day in and day out, this little bad boy, I gotta say, you know, that's pretty cool. And coming soon, this is a little bit smaller than a 1/2-inch barbed, but very soon we're gonna have the 1/2-inch barbed quick disconnect watertight fitting by Hydro Unlimited. So to be continued on that. Keep an eye out if you're interested in this accessory. You can always reach out to us. I didn't set this up as a working example, guys. I didn't have enough time, I apologize. But quite honestly, same rules apply. Put your refill height higher, or again, you can run these into an RO system, and all we're doing is gravity feeding, or RO system will force it directly in, like our last example. So just thought about it, actually. We got one more example to show you. This is kind of what we would call a tribute to the float valve. Let's head on over here. John, come in here. Oh, all right, guys. Final tribute where it all started. This is how our world's infrastructure slowly improved. Here we go. A tribute to the float valve. Yes, we all need one in our life. It saves relationships, it saves lives. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to us, and we're always going to be dropping new stuff, so be sure to hit the bell notification to be updated on what's going on next. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Try to have fun doing this like we do.